And we are back here on the GSMC Football Podcast. And for the final part of the show, we are going to talk about Daniel Jones and his confidence in getting back onto the field in Week 1 against the Minnesota Vikings. So, from the article I was looking at, showed no ill effects while participating in individual and 7-on-7 drills on Thursday. And this is 6 months after injuring his knee against the Raiders. So this is what he said. He said, it feels good, felt good out there. But just getting back in the swing of things and playing football against the defense, against guys moving around, I thought it was good. Continue to kind of progress and continue to work on things. And he's not wearing a brace on his knee. And Brian Dable said his movement skills have been good. Jones feels strongly, given the progress he's made, about being ready for the start of the season. No, I don't have any doubts about it right now, he said. And the media talked to him about, the Giants supposedly trying to move up in the draft to draft another quarterback, and they asked him if, that fired him up, and he said, "Yeah, I wasn't fired up about it." And said he was chuckling after he said that. I think it's part of it at this level. Like I said, what I can do is focus on myself, getting healthy and playing the best football that I can play, and that I know I am capable of playing. That is my job, and that is what I'm going to do. And yeah, I think that's the right mindset to go about it. He also said, I don't think you could take anything personally at this level. How exactly it happened and what happened, I'm not sure I know. I'm not sure you know. At the end of the day, I'm focused on playing good football. He also said, yeah, I feel good about where we're going. I feel good about this team, and my job is to get healthy and play good football. And Brian Dable said he looks good. We're not putting him in some team stuff, but he's making progress, so that's why we got him in 7-on-7. And also Jones said, just continue day by day with the process. I think we're in a good spot. Obviously, the goal was to be ready to go by the first day of training camp, but I'm going to push to be ready as soon as possible. I have a lot of trust and faith in our trainers and coaches. And I feel like if the Giants did take a quarterback and Jones was on the roster, he wouldn't be too thrilled about it. But I feel like, I don't know, for me, I feel like he would go about it the right way. I don't think he'd be bitter towards the pick. I think he, it would be one of those things where you're trying to push each other to, be better. Kind of like with Justin Fields, what he was saying with him and Russell Wilson. I feel like Daniel Jones would be the same way. Like, you're going to go out there and compete. And it's it's like that now because you have Tommy DeVito and Drew Lock that, they're going to want to start. But actually, I saw something that said Drew Lock did not look good in OTAs. So, but I didn't really look into it. But anyways, yeah, those guys are going to be pushing themselves to be better. And Daniel Jones, I think he views him, he's the starter. And he's going to want to go out there and show that, listen, I'm the guy. I'm still the guy. Now, for me, I don't really have that confidence in him. I don't think he's going to be the guy. I don't think he is the guy. But would I be happy if he goes out there and he throws 30 touchdowns and 8 interceptions this year and passes for around 4,000 yards? Rushing touchdowns come back. I would be thrilled. I'd be happy if he proves me wrong. But I just don't see it. And it might not even come from his performance on the field. It might just come from the fact that he can't stay on the field because he gets hurt. Had his second neck injury in 3 years. And on top of that, he tore his ACL. And go back to the COVID season, because I think, what was it? I think did he strain his hamstring? And he missed some time, because then Colt McCoy had to start. And they won that game in Seattle. And people were like, wow, Giants maybe can make the playoffs. But yeah, he hurt his, I think it was a leg injury. I think it was the hamstring. But yeah, he's been hurt a lot. His rookie season, he got hurt. And Eli Manning had his swan song. He was able to have his swan song because Jones got hurt. It's just, that could be the other thing. 2022, Daniel Jones did stay healthy, though. He played every game except the final week, but the Giants pretty much, they had their playoff spot locked up, so that's why he sat. But he played the full season. So, yeah, I mean, look, I think Daniel Jones, I don't think he should just be anointed the starter. I think they should have it be a competition, and then whoever plays the best they feel should be the starter should be the starter. It shouldn't just be Daniel Jones, you're the starter. Now, it's his job. I mean, is he realistically the best option? Yes. But, if he struggles, give one of these other guys a shot. Whether it's Drew Lock, who, has won games before. Tommy DeVito won a few last year. If Daniel Jones struggles, they might have a short leash on him, and they might put in somebody else. But we'll have to wait and see. But I think it's encouraging, at least, that he's improving and he feels like he's ready to go for when the Giants open up the season against the Vikings, which I did say was a game that I think they can win. I think the Giants could get off to a 2-0 start. But after that, it's going to be that week 3 through 8. Yeah, that's a rough stretch. But we'll have to see how it goes. I mean, like I said, the Giants played well towards the end of the year. They addressed the offensive line. I know they lost Saquon Barkley, but you gave Daniel Jones another weapon in Malik Neighbors. You're going to be backed by a good defense. Let's see how it goes. But like I said, when I did the schedule breakdown, it's going to be 6-11 or 7-10. And if that's the case, Daniel Jones is probably not going to be a Giant. Now, where are the Giants going to look? I don't know. I mean, there's the draft, and I don't think you're going to see a Hall of Fame quarterback become available all of a sudden. So maybe it's Tommy DeVito. Who knows? No, it's not Tommy DeVito. Tommy DeVito, like I said on previous shows, deserves a spot on the team. Does not deserve to be the starting quarterback, the franchise quarterback. That's not what he is. So, yeah, it'll be an interesting year for the Giants, but like I said, I don't really expect Daniel Jones to go out there and light it up. I think you're going to see, you might see stats similar to 2020 or 2022 when he did have, he had a lot of rushing touchdowns, but touchdown to interception ratio wasn't that impressive. I don't know. But like I said, I hope he proves me wrong. I really hope he proves me wrong. Because then that means the Giants do have their guy. Because I also don't like hearing people in the media just bash him. I mean, I know I've bashed him, but I don't like when I hear other people bash him. But yeah, the Giants gave him that contract, and maybe you should have gave Barkley, should have prioritized paying Barkley over him. But again, I mean, you could see both sides of the argument because, I mean, Barkley dealt with his injuries too. So if you gave Barkley all that money, what if Barkley gets hurt? Barkley missed time in 2023. They both did. So, but yeah, I think that's enough for the Giants talk, and that's enough for the show for today. Actually, make sure to check out Emran's show last night, the soccer podcast host here. Myself and Manny, the host of the Chip Shot Football Podcast, we made an appearance on that. So I did talk some soccer a little bit. I did my best. I tried to follow along. So we had some technical issues, but we were able to make it work. You hear what we say. So both very knowledgeable of the sport. But I'm knowledgeable of this football, American football. So, but yeah, make sure to go check that out. That's up on both channels. And also make sure to check out all the other shows. I know I forget, because, again, we were put in groups, so I forget who's making appearance on what shows for everybody else today. So just watch all the shows today to find out. Check them all out. We got playoffs still going on in both the NHL and the NBA. Celtics are up 2-0 against the Pacers. I know I was watching a little bit of the Stars and the Oilers last night. The hockey playoffs, I just got to say, I haven't watched them, from beginning to end. But, all these games are, so competitive. It's great. But it hurts me as an Islanders fan because I wish they were like that, but they're not. They used to be. But not right now. So, yeah, you got that. Baseball is still going. My Yankees, as you see back here, they're playing really well. So, yeah, listen, we cover pretty much every sport. So make sure to check out everybody's shows. We appreciate it. And, yeah, I hope everybody has a good Memorial Day weekend. We'll be back again next week. So, yeah, that is all the time that we have for today. Like I said, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back again next week. 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And until then, I'm Kenneth Grunfelder signing off from the GSMC Football Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Have a good day. Enjoy the weekend, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.